I know you've already seen by now the contactless heater from Seche. One of the things that we decided to do since these came out is change all of the ones we're using in-house to these heaters. So one thing is they're a lot more break resistant. I mean, you can't do that with most other heaters. So this is something that we're deciding to switch to, because with the wear and tear of a wholesale facility, constantly netting fish out of here, constantly changing the water, constantly doing various maintenance things, these types of heaters tend to take a beating. And the fact that these can handle that, that's why we decided to make the change over to the Seche heaters. So not only are these guys super sturdy, but they also have that 5-year warranty. So my thinking on it is we're gonna throw these in there. If anything happens to it over the next 5 years, aside from us like hitting it with a brick, you know, it's gonna be under warranty. So that's a good investment for us, I think. And a lot of our stores, I feel like that's a pretty good way to think about it as well. And then if you're buying one for your home tank, I don't think you can get a better heater that you don't have to worry about for a good 5 years.
Like Carolina Aquatics here. We have kind of an exciting project going on today. We are upgrading our heaters in a lot of our tanks with these new Seche contactless heaters. I'm real excited about. We got some heaters that we use for certain tanks, for certain types of fish that have been chugging along for a couple years, and definitely time for us to retire those. We have the option to go with these new heaters from Seche, which I'm able to control via my phone and have a little bit more accurate temperature control. So we're excited to put these in, get these in use throughout our systems. We don't use heaters on all of our fish. We keep the room hot, like most fish facilities. That's way more efficient, but there are certain types of fish that like it a little extra warmer than the 76, 78 we normally keep our air temperature at. So for those fish, like gold nugget plecos, a lot of other tropical South American fish that come from really warm environments, we keep them extra heated, and being able to control individually each heater and set to exactly what I want it to, it's going to make it a lot easier to keep these guys happy, thriving, get them cleaned up, fed, and happy to ship out to stores. The setup on these guys is pretty cool. You use the control app on your phone and you tap it to the heater, and you get to set each heater. You can set a name for each one. So we have all these different tank numbers. I'm going to set each one with the tank number that it's going into, and then I'll be able to set each one to whatever specific temperature I want. The accuracy is great, and that's really helpful for fish like these gold nugget plecos we just got in from Brazil. They like it really warm. These guys come from the Rio Xingu. It's hot there. So the water temperature for most of the year is between 84, 88. Some pockets of the river reach 90. I've been there. It's like bathwater getting into it. And so these plecos are adapted to that kind of environment. They don't do so hot when you bring them into a fish facility and keep them at like 76. They're not going to love that. And it tends to let parasites, especially reproduce on them and go kind of nuts. That warm temperature, most protozoans won't survive. So it keeps them healthy. It keeps them in an environment that's similar to what they've found in nature. Lets us get them fed, active, cleaned up, really healthy. So yeah, we'll retire this heater. It's done its duty. But the other thing that in a busy fish warehouse like this, where we have guys putting nets in the tanks, we do big water changes all the time. The other thing that I really like about these is that they're really, really shatterproof. They're really heavy duty and shatter resistant. God knows we've broken our fair share of heaters in here. It's easy to do with glass heaters. And the fun part about that is you don't really notice it right away. You notice it when you put your hand in the tank and feel the electricity going through you. So this will prevent that, hopefully, and it'll make it a lot easier for our guys to be in the tanks. And kind of the rough environment that we have here, where it's, we're moving fish and we're moving quickly with nets and stuff. So similar to a store where you might not have, it's not a home aquarium where it's just set in the corner and that's it. So being able to have those, I think these are going to last a long time. There's a 5-year warranty, which is amazing and really unprecedented for heaters. I fully expect these to be here in 10 years, chugging along, doing a great job keeping our fish warm.